Everyone, welcome to my channel. I am just Shani, and today we're going to be watching TikTok scary stories. You see the shirt? Cop the shirt, link in the description. Subscribe, like this video, and ring the bell. Okay, let's go.
Something pretended to be my mom. I'm not scared. You are. So this, oh my god, my lips are crusty. I'm sorry. So this girl says that this happened in her family home in Mexico City. Right now she lives in Guadalajara because she's studying at college, but this happened again in her family home. So she explains that her mom and dad are divorced, but that they do get along very well because they love to be together when it's holidays, so that there's no separation between her and her brother when that time comes. Now she explains that living in that house, they have experienced paranormal things there. Some of the things that they experienced there were like people breathing behind your ear. She would say that they would have episodes of sleep paralysis, or in Spanish, cuando se te sube el muerto. And also they would see shadows like following behind them or running quickly when you would like turn a corner. They would experience people knocking on doors and nobody would be there. They would also be like in a room and the lights would just turn off by themselves. I mean, should I go on? Is there more? These are just examples. In the beginning, she says that she would get really scared when these things would happen, and although she doesn't want to say that they're used to it, they do know how to react when things happen every now and again. She says that before her mom and dad separated, things were really bad economically in their home, and that a witch had told them that somebody had sent some bad stuff their way, and that the work that they sent was so that anything that they tried to do work-wise would go really bad. So nowadays, her dad does live in the US. However, when it's like holidays or vacations, he does go to Mexico to be with the family. And since he gets along really well with the mom, he does stay in the family home. That way he doesn't have to get a hotel or anything like that. Now, she explains that her dad is a skeptic. He does not believe in the paranormal. Even when he did live there and they've experienced things, he would not believe them. He would say it's something electrical. He would always say that they had a wild imagination, that maybe they thought they were seeing things because they were tired. As a matter of fact, when the witch went and told them about that somebody had sent them bad, that work, he didn't even believe the witch. Long story short, the dad even went as far as to go to a different witch that told him the same thing the first one had told him. That second witch told them that he was gonna have to pay like a lump sum of money to help him, and that's when he was like, no, I'm not doing this. I don't even believe in this. Why am I even here? So he never got that cleaning. There was one night where the dad was there visiting, and usually when he stays there, he sleeps on the couch in the living room. She explains that there's not an extra room, so that's why he would sleep in the living room, and that her and her sibling would sleep in one room with the door closed, and that the mom always had the habit of sleeping in her room with the door opened. So this is what the mom said she heard that night. She was about to fall asleep. Again, she sleeps with the door open, and she started to hear like whining coming from the living room. She was immediately on high alert, so she started following that sound of the whining. It was the dad. She said that when she walked, she just got to like the very top of the stairs, and when she looked down, she can tell that the dad looked like he was in pain because he was holding onto his stomach and just like rolling around on the couch. In that moment, she ran to get her kids, and she was like, your dad, something's wrong. And they all ran down the stairs. They honestly thought that their dad was having a heart attack or something, so they ran down there, immediately turned the lights, and when they got close to him, he was pale and his lips had already gone purple. However, they also saw that he was choking himself. His hands were both on his neck, and the reason why he was pale and his lips were purple was because he himself was choking. Somehow they were able to move his hands, and he immediately wakes up, but he's like breathing really hard. Thankfully, he is like out of danger. His color came back, but they were all really scared. Now, she says that when, he took a while to start feeling better, but when he did, he looked up at his ex-wife and like got far away from her, almost as if he was scared of her. She said that she had never seen her dad this scared, and that she could tell that he was scared of her mom. But why? She's like, why is he out of nowhere scared of mom? Now, this is the dad's story from his point of view. Dad said that he was dreaming, and in his dream, he was also laying down on the couch in the family home, and that his ex-wife was getting closer and closer to him with the excuse of asking him what he would like to have for dinner. And even though she was asking him what he wanted to eat, she was getting close to him and almost tried to kiss him on several occasions. And when she finally got really close to him, where he thought that she was gonna give him a you know, a real kiss, that is when she grabs a hold of his neck. She starts choking him. That is when he was rolling around the couch trying to get her off of him. And as you remember, that is when the mom was up the stairs looking down, seeing him toss and turn on that couch. And the reason why his hands were on his own neck was because he was trying to get her hands off of his neck. He said that he even tried screaming for help, but like he couldn't scream. He was being choked. He says that as the mom was choking him, the mom kept saying to him, "Hasta aquí llegaste, hasta aquí llegaste." How the fuck do you translate that to English? Wait, 1 second. I got it. You've come this far. You've come this far. I don't know why it just hits different in Spanish. Hasta aquí llegaste. Hasta aquí llegaste. You've come this far. You've come this far. When he finished telling his side of the story of what happened to him, the mom immediately tells him, "That was not me. I promise you that was not me. We were all upstairs in bed right before I went to bed. I heard you. I woke up all the kids. It was not me choking you." She says that that night they all agreed to sleep in the mom's bedroom, but he was still scared. He did not want to go in there with his wife and sleep next to the person that had just choked him minutes ago. He kept an eye on her. Like, he really did think that his ex-wife was trying to kill him. They all tried to explain to dad that it was definitely something in the house who maybe pretended to be mom and tried to harm him. And ever since that day, he started to believe in the paranormal. But it was just your imagination. Maybe you were just too tired. You made it all up. All right, I won't be petty. The girl's like, my dad should be so lucky that our mom even heard him like whimper in pain, because we cannot imagine what would have happened to him if nobody had heard anything that was happening in that living room. But anyway, what do you guys think?
Girl, yeah. I was doing all of this because I gotta make a mental note to switch these stories around, because I have another video of her you'll see later, because I'm going to remember to switch these videos around that is refers to this video. And I didn't realize that it's been crazy with this editing, girl. Like, I don't know. I just set myself up. So forget everything I just said. Honey, I've had one of those dreams where, well, I've always had these dreams, and experiencing sleep paralysis, you've had these moments where you are asleep, but you are so aware of everything that's going on around you, but somehow it's different. Like, what you are seeing and experiencing in your dream is just like a little thing is different from what is happening in real life. It's just a little thing. Like, I could be sleeping, going back in the day, sleep paralysis, be hearing what's going on. Like, if it's the TV, hear it, that it's the TV. When I wake up, it's the TV, but in my dream, it's happening in real life. Whatever's happening in TV, it's happening in real life. Even though I can still see myself sleeping in my dream, but I also see what's going on around me is what I'm hearing now. Like, sometimes it's like that. So I completely understand where he's coming from, because I had that moment of, like, last week, I was sleeping, and in my dream, I was hearing what was going on, but it was a different person in my dream from who it was in real life. So yeah, no, friend, I hear where he's coming from. I've had that experience where I almost unalive in my sleep paralysis, and when I woke up, it was just like, what the freak, you know? So I understand what he went through. Not really, but not really. I understand sleep paralysis. I don't understand what he's going through because I ain't made nobody mad. I ain't, you know, like, the supernatural stuff ain't happening over here, honey. What you was going through, girl, bye. Like, no, you should have got the cleanse. Like, you should have got cleansed and been all up in there anointing that whole everything. Anoint yourself, because it seemed like it was just happening to him. And what? That's weird. But yeah, no, I don't blame him for sleeping with one eye open. I don't even know if I would have slept there. I would have probably bit the bullet and got a hotel for real, because it's just like, nah. You an ex for a reason. You know? So yeah. Let me know if you've ever experienced anything like that, especially all my sleep paralysis baddies. If that's something to be proud about. Like, girl, did I tell you about that time where I had sleep paralysis and I just went with it until I could not go with it? Like, I just low-key be like, nah, I need to get up. Like, I'm a control person. I like to have control. So the moment I don't have control, feel like I don't have it, I freak out. So yeah, no. Been there, done that, don't want to go back.
Welcome back to another spooky, scary story time. If you like this kind of content, please like, comment, and follow me for more because I'd like to keep them coming. I have quite a few stories that I would like to tell. In my last video, I talked about a friend that I had that only I could see. This was probably around 4 years old. Well, this story I actually was able to share with someone and they got to witness what happened, and it was pretty wild how it all played out. This actually happened not too long ago. It was around the end of 2021. My husband and I had decided to go out to eat, and this was during that really kind of weird time when people had stopped wearing masks to go out in public, but the restaurants were still had like the plexiglass things around like certain booths or certain sections of restaurants. Well, we went to a fairly popular steakhouse restaurant, and we like to go at a time where there's not a lot of traffic. So we get there probably around 2 o'clock, which is a great time because there's not a lot of people. We could get in and get out. It wasn't going to be very noisy. So we got in and we got seated immediately. And we sat down into one of those 2-person booths right next to a wall. Well, when we came in, there was a big group in one corner that looked like there were several tables together. Well, as we were sitting there, the person came up, took our drink order, and walked away. And about that time, I started feeling really weird. You know that feeling when you can just feel someone's eyes like boring into you? So I look up to see this man just doing that. And at first I think, maybe he knows me, but I guess I got this really weird look on my face because my husband's like, what's wrong? And I tried to move behind my husband's face, like, so that the guy couldn't see me. And I was like, there is this guy staring at me, like through my teeth. I'm saying it because I don't want him to see me talking about him. But literally as I'm saying that, I kind of look over my husband's shoulder and I can see him just like his face changes, like he grins really big, like, you can see me. And I literally hear it in my head, you can see me. Now, granted, I said there are plexiglass dividers, and he was behind one of those because there was a wall between his section and our section. So yeah, he would have been in another booth, I guess, like behind that wall. So then my husband says, well, do I need to like turn around and look at him, like quit looking at my wife or something? You know, he was kind of joking. And I was like, no, don't turn around. And so he just decides he's going to, he just kind of just goes like this, you know, and turns around and looks over his shoulder. So he looks back at me and he's like, where did you say he was? And I said, right there. You know, I'm pointing like where the guy can't see. And as I'm doing this, the guy, his grin gets even bigger. And my husband turns around and looks. He turns back around and he's just like straight face. He's like, babe, there is nobody back there. Like the section right behind us. I was like, yeah. And he's like, there is no one in that section, that whole section. I scanned the whole section. There is no one there, much less right behind that wall. And knowing this and knowing that I have experienced things, because I confide in my husband, he said, Carrie, this is one of those situations. And, you know, I realize it, you know. So he just says, try to communicate, you know, see if you can figure out who this is. You know, maybe there's a purpose or something. I don't know. So I'm just about to think, you know, what's the guy's name? Or, you know, I'm thinking how to communicate. And I just hear something like Jonathan. And I said, I think it's something like Jonathan. And that's when it was almost like this weird back and forth echo. And it was like in my ear, and then it just stops and it goes like this. And it's like, just John. Freaked me out. I will never get used to it. It comes to me in different ways at times, but literally it was just John. And so I tell my husband, I was like, oh, I kind of, you know, got one of those shivers. And I said, it's just John. And he goes, did you hear that? And I was like, I don't know. I just heard just John. And it was so weird because it was like I started getting like these pictures in my head. Believe it or not, this is the only way I can describe it. I started getting these pictures in my head. I saw a crumpled up truck. It looked like a truck because I could see the bed of a truck. And I got just this impression that there was a horrific wreck. And when I looked at him, I'm saying this to my husband. And as I'm saying all these things to my husband, I'm looking over at him and he's just shaking his head. He's kind of not nodding really big, but I can tell he's like, yeah, you know. It was really weird. The hair is literally standing up on just all over me. Just my hair is standing on end. And I'm relating the things in my head to my husband that I am seeing. And then I see a birthday cake and I see candles. And I said, I think he's here for somebody. I don't know. I just have this weird feeling. I said, it has something to do with a birthday. That's when my husband says, you think that it's his birthday? And I said, I don't know. I just see this horrific wreck. There's a picture of a truck. And then I see a birthday cake with candles. I kid you not. Moments after I say this, out of the back, you hear this clapping. Everybody's clapping at the same time. It's all these people coming out of the back room, and they are singing the happy birthday, happy birthday. They're actually going up to that big group that's over in that corner, and they're singing happy birthday to a woman over there. My husband literally starts freaking out. Like, he was just like, whoa, are you hearing what I'm hearing? And that's when I look over at this gentleman who I'm guessing is just John, and he just smiles. And I get this feeling that he was there for that woman's birthday. Evidently, he missed her birthday. And I don't know if it was he missed it because of the wreck or what, but he was there, and he just wanted someone to acknowledge the fact that he did show up. And I had this flow of emotion over me, and my husband watched and I'm getting teary-eyed right now, but my husband watched as tears came to my eyes, and I got emotional, physically just emotional. And I said, he just wanted somebody to know that he showed up. And at that, I watched him stand, and it was almost like the bottom part of his body was see-through, and he started to walk away, and as he did, he disappeared. And that is just one more spooky story times that actually happened to me. Please like and comment and follow me if you would like to hear more, because I have plenty more that I would like to tell. Thank you for listening.
Girl, that story, it almost got me. It almost got me, bro. You know, I'm low-key sensitive. Not her sensitive, but heartstrings were plucked, honey. I want to know, did she go to the birthday girl and be like, hey, John just wants you to know that he's here. He came to your birthday. I would be no good. I would be no good. If I ain't went and told her that, and I'd be like, I gotta go. I can't, nope, stop it. I can't keep on telling you. I can't relay the message. Just know he was here. He was here. Girl, that story. Can you imagine having that gift? It would be great. Exhausting. I hear that it's exhausting, but also scary at the same time. But I guess after having it happen so much, you just be like, yo, whatever, this is the norm. Because when she first started talking about this, I was just like, oh, heck no. Why are they staring? And the smiling, we just went over the smiling thing. We don't do smiles. We don't do smiles. So the fact that he was there smiling, staring at her, bruh, because I've been there. I was at the gym, and now that I think about it, I'm a little nervous, because I was at the gym, which I do every morning. Just came from the gym, just got a shower. I'm fresh and clean, so fresh and so clean. And there was this man there, and he was just staring at me. He was on the treadmill, and I was walking past him, and he literally follows me with his head to look at me, and I'm just like, I feel uncomfortable. And I'm one of those type of people, when I feel uncomfortable, which is like, you know, it's really hard to make me feel uncomfortable, but not really when it comes to men. I'd be like, oh no, why are you looking at me? Like, can I get my face back? Like, would you like a picture? In fact, no, because I know what you would do to that picture, and I'm not for it. I'm not here for this. So I'm just like, why is you staring at me? Like, literally, I'm like, what is it? Let me stare back at you, because what? We can do this. We can have a staring contest, and I bet you I will win. I bet you I will win, bruh. I got 4 eyes looking at you, bruh. 4 eyes. So yeah, I know that feeling and how uncomfortable it feels with the fact that he wasn't really there. Girl, I couldn't be in her head at that moment. The moment I realized that he was not there in real life, bruh. But love that story. Scary. Let me know if you guys have ever experienced that before, like being able to see somebody that no one else sees. Like, that would be so freaking cool, bro. So freaking cool. After you got over the fact that it's scary, it'd be great, you know, that situation. That was really sweet. Yeah. Comment below.
Hi friends, if you want to hear something scary, don't scroll. So I'm the girl who works at this clinic and heard her own voice talking to her in these very halls. So you guys seem to be super interested in my scary stories about this place and other places that I've been to and worked at. So I thought I would share a little bit more. And what better place to do it than the very place it happened to me at, right? So let's get into it. So I was walking down this hallway, right? This hallway is, oh God, I don't even want to talk about this here, to be honest, because that's like, did y'all hear that beeping? It's been dead silent in here the whole night, except for right now when I just started talking. Amazing. Anyway, so I was down the hallway. This is like a really scary thing because it was one of the very first things that ever happened to me by myself in this clinic. I was walking, pushing the cart, and I heard, like right behind my head. Like, first of all, who fucking does that? If you're listening to me right now, you fucking weirdo ghost, who walks up behind a bitch and goes, huh? You're weird. You're fucking weird for that. But anyway, so, yeah, the very first thing that scared me shitless in this place was feeling a fucking breath and hearing somebody's breath right behind my head or right behind my ear. I'm so chill about this now, though, to be honest, because this is my job. This is my job. And to answer a few questions that you guys had, no, I do not work for a company. No, I cannot just bring whoever I want with me here. No, I'm not going to hire an employee just to come with me because I'm scared. Me and the ghostie are besties now, okay? A lot of these stories that happen before. Now all she does is open doors, make things beep, and fucking knock every now and then. And sometimes talk. Sometimes she talks. And yeah, it's a girl, because I did listen back to those videos that everybody was saying that they heard voices in, and I heard it too. Anyways, what should we call her? Eloise? Eleanor? Ellie? I don't know.
This girl playing with her life. She playing with her life, bro. The things you do not do, we have learned. What have we learned, class? What have we learned? Do not name them. Do not tempt them. Don't be over here antagonizing them. What are you doing, girl? Don't be talking back, honey. Don't even acknowledge, yo. Oh, goodness. Like, I'm just stressed for her. Because what are we doing? We're telling stories where it happened and then wondering why we hearing beeping. Like, no, she let you know, I'm here. I'm here, boo. And I hear you talking about me. Okay, mess around and find out. Break around and find out, girl. Bah! No. Go follow her. Go follow all the creators. Go follow them, because they do it too much for me. And I'm glad you're here watching it with me, because, yeah, not even a little scared. This is a lot scary. You do it too much. I was just like, oh, I wonder how it's going to be. We just heard a nice, sweet story where they interacted. Oh, they were okay. No, this is the part where I tell you that video is the part where I'm just like, maybe I don't want that gift. Maybe I don't. Maybe, you can have that. Girl, bye. Go follow all these creators, like this video, and make sure you subscribe